Good evening, people. Welcome back to another Daily Crypto Sherpa News. I'm your host, Paul Bucci, here to bring you the Daily Crypto News. Today, we got El Salvador again. But awesome news, they're going to be mining Bitcoin with the Volcano. Take that, Elon. Also, Iran is in the news. They may be next in line for the adoption bandwagon. Also, India is back in the news as well. Not banning, maybe adoption for them, but they're flip-floppy, so who knows where they go. Also, blockchain tech might come to the voting system for the next election. Ooh, and Coinbase to offer 401ks with their partnership. All that and more. Let's roll that intro. Alrighty, let's dive right on news. Let me bring up my screen. But so much good news today, but it's funny how that works, where there's so much great news out there, yet the crypto market is going down. Yay. So yeah, first up we got El Salvador engineers dig new 9MW geothermal well to mine Bitcoin. Ooh, exciting. Let's go over the article. All right, so up here, engineers in El Salvador have dug a new 95 milliwatt geothermal well. This new geothermal well will provide renewable energy for the mining of Bitcoin. This is after the country's president's request the power company of Lolli to offer facilities for Bitcoin mining. El Salvador is the first country to acknowledge Bitcoin as a form of legal tender. Engineers in El Salvador have successfully dug geothermal well that will utilize for the mining of Bitcoin, BTC. The well will produce approximately 95 megawatts of clean, renewable energy that will go on to power a Bitcoin mining facility built around it. Engineers in El Salvador, I already read that part. This milestone was made publicly by El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, who had introduced the geothermal electricity geo to come up with a plan to offer facilities for the mining of Bitcoin in a cheap and renewable manner. Below the two tweets by President Bukele announces the new geothermal well and making public his request to the geo to facilitate renewable mining. Let me bring you that guy up. Boop, boop, boop. Here we are. I've just instructed the president of La Geo SV, our state-owned geothermal electric company, to put a plan to offer facilities for Bitcoin mining with very cheap 100% clean, 100% renewable, and zero emissions energy from our volcanoes. This is going to evolve fast. Oh yeah. And the other tweet, our engineers just informed me that they dug a new well that will provide approximately 95 megawatts of 100% clean and zero emissions geothermal energy from our volcanoes, starting to design a full Bitcoin mining hub around it. What you see coming out of the well is pure vapor. Ooh, can we play it? Ooh, look at that go. Oh no. Okay, so I can't show that to you guys. But yeah, that's what's going on in El Salvador. Continuing great news. And yeah, that's some great stuff happening. I can't wait to see what else happens next. Alrighty, so next up we got Iran. President calls for legal framework for crypto trading. As El Salvador was the catalyst to start it all off, more and more countries will be adopting the cryptocurrency. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani wants to protect national interests regarding crypto. Let's look at that picture. Is that Iran? Okay, I was thinking India for a second. No, it's not India. That's just a Iranian thing. Iran is looking for ways to introduce a legal framework for cryptocurrencies while Bitcoin mining remains under embargo in the country. During the cabinet's Economic Coordination Board meeting on Tuesday, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani emphasized the need to legalize cryptocurrency activities to preserve and protect national interests. Rouhani said the country must pay attention to the legal and technical requirements regarding a crypto and digital currency. Nothing to risk of crypto trading. Rouhani stressed that people's awareness in this field is necessary to avoid upfront unprofessional entries for legalizing the activity of cryptocurrencies and protecting people's capital in the area. We must think of a solution as soon as possible and lay down and communicate the necessary laws in construction. Rouhani called for a joint study between different parties to establish a legal framework for cryptocurrencies. The responsibility agencies in the field of capital markets should cooperate with the media and the cyberspace in the field of information, education, and public awareness about this phenomenon and its instructions and laws, he said. He also clarified that the crypto mining is still prohibited until the end of summer, and the Ministries of Communications and Information Technology and Energy are responsible for cutting off power to these centuries. Last month, the country's Ministry of Energy announced that crypto mining with household electricity is not legal, and thus home miners will have to pay heavy fines if discovered. To meet the needs of increased domestic electric consumption during the hot summers in the country, Iran recently put a nationwide ban on crypto mining until this September. So yeah, that's what's going on. There's still a ban on the cryptocurrency, or not a ban on the crypto itself, but there's a ban on the mining of cryptos in Iran because of this hot summers going on and everything. So yeah, we got that to look for. That could be just what they're saying up front in the news. Who knows? You always can want to look deeper and go, is that really what they're saying? Or is it just the government just stopping the people from collecting so they can collect it right now? But that's just a hunch, conspiracy, who knows? But this is what they are reporting. It is to help prevent blackouts. So that is that news. Let us move on to our next article, which is CryptoPunk. CryptoPunk NFT sold for $12 million worth of Ether at Sotheby's. Alex Divnia, I cannot say his name, Dobnya, CryptoPunk's hashtag 75C3 has just made a record-breaking 12 million sell, providing the NFT hype is alive and well. So yeah, here we have a CryptoPunk, the famous pandemic one. And look at him with his little mask, his red beanie. I don't know what's the big deal with this little artwork piece. That's an NFT. I look for the bigger picture with NFTs, which turn my house deed into a digital asset, so I don't have to keep that piece of paper anymore. But in the article, a CryptoPunk non-fungible token has been sold for a cool $12 million. In Ethereum, that is 4,761 of them. At a Sotheby's auction, the pandemic-style 24 by 24 pixelated avatar is the only alien punk that has donned a mask, which makes it extremely rare. Founded by Larva Labs back in 2017, CryptoPunk was one of the pioneer projects in the NFT space. CryptoPunks are among the most popular NFT, bringing the issuer over $100 million worth of sales. A collection of CryptoPunks fetched $16.9 million at Christie's last May, but the masked aliens CryptoPunk hashtag 75C3 is the most expensive one to date. While being around for quite a long time, NFTs reached the peak of their mainstream coverage back in March, with Beeple's record-shattering 69.3 million sell. The most recent auction proves that the demand is still there despite growing skepticism. So yeah, NFTs are still in the picture. They're not going away just yet, people. So yeah, get it while you can. Or why am I saying get while you can? That's Bitcoin. I'm just mumbling. There wasn't too much big news today. Oh, it is big news. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's getting late. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Next up, we have India's back in the news as they are reportedly planning to classify Bitcoin as an asset class. I wonder if this has anything to do with El Salvador and South America getting in the picture. Nobody wants to be last, like I'm telling you that. Nobody wanted to be first, but El Salvador did it, so now it's a race to not be last, which I think US and Canada might be the last guys, but who knows? Nobody has a crystal ball to see the future, but let's just pay attention and see what goes on. So the Indian government might soon give a clear direction on Bitcoin with the possibility of classifying the cryptocurrency as an asset class. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, is reportedly planning to handle the regulatory aspect of cryptocurrencies once Bitcoin is classified as an asset class. Sources close to the matter told New India Express previously the state had hinted at a hostile stand toward cryptocurrency while eluding the strict regulations of the sector. The source add the financial ministry is holding talks on regulations with leaders in the crypto industry. Consequently, the Indian Parliament will have a cryptocurrency regulation bill that seeks to spell out new directions on handling cryptocurrencies. India will likely join other jurisdictions like El Salvador in defining the sector. Recently, the South American country officially considered Bitcoin as a currency, and they did succeed. Some crypto analysts note there is a minimal possibility India will consider Bitcoin as legal tender. In my opinion, the Indian government will explore a way to regularize Bitcoin. I don't think India will consider accepting Bitcoin as legal tender in the near future because it will affect the position of Indian rupee. Accepting Bitcoin as legal tender is a good idea for those nations who don't have their own currency or are dependent on the US dollar, said Hitesh Mabia, blockchain and crypto investment expert. So go ahead, India, if you believe that ruby's going to last. India's softening stand on Bitcoin and crypto. The biggest hint that the government might change its stance on cryptocurrencies came after the Reserve Bank of India announced that the banks could not use its 2018 order. The order banned banks from dealing with cryptocurrency transactions. According to the RBI, the 2018 circular was invalid from the date the Supreme Court overruled the decision to ban banks from supporting crypto transactions. Furthermore, some leading crypto exchanges are monitoring the Indian market to set up a base. United States-based Kraken, Hong Kong Bitfinex, and KuCoin are reportedly looking at the market. Analysts in the sector expect the Indian market to grow in the coming years. Oh, look at that, KuCoin. Who did KuCoin just adopt on their exchange? Was that Divi? The Divi project? Say what? And again, who? What country, continent is it out there that that is what is it? Legal tender? That's right. South America. Where's South America? Or where's the Divi project located? Oh, Costa Rica? Isn't that in South America? Okay, so this ain't financial advice, people. Just maybe look into the Divi project. I did a review video on the project on my channel, so go take a look at that. There's no link in the description, but it's maybe like 6 videos down my list, so go check it out. But yeah, get into Divi. That's a good sign. But yeah, there's the Indian news, people. Let us move on to our next article, where banks must cover Bitcoin holdings. Holdings with own capital regulators. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision has announced that banks must set aside enough capital to cover Bitcoin losses in full. Look at this artwork. We got Bitcoin companies, but yeah, if banks are going to hold it, they're going to have to be able to pay out if something goes wrong. So banks must set aside a sufficient capital to cover any losses they may suffer as a result of Bitcoin holdings in full. According to the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, a committee comprised of regulators from around the world. The move has been described as a conservative and threatens to prevent the widespread institutional adoption of Bitcoin. The news follows El Salvador's move to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, despite concerns regarding the cryptocurrency's volatile price. Basel rules. The Basel Committee released a public consultation paper which said that while bank exposure to crypto remains limited, the continued growth of the crypto industry could pose increased risks to the financial stability if capital requirements are not imposed on banks. The committee imposes risk-weighing rules for banks that are exposed to different kinds of assets. For Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, Basel has proposed 2 groups. The first refers to tokenized traditional assets and stable coins like Tether. Banks can class these under the same rules as bonds, loans, commodities, and equities. The latter group, however, refers to traditional cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. These crypto assets will now be subject to conservative prudential treatment, meaning that they will carry a risk weighing of 1,250%. In simple terms, this means that any bank that holds Bitcoin or an equivalent crypto asset will have to hold capital at least in value of their exposure. More specifically, it means that a bank might have to hold $1 in capital for each dollar worth of Bitcoin that it holds. The capital will be sufficient to absorb a full write-off the crypto asset exposures without exposing depositors and other senior creditors of the banks to a loss. Basel said in its paper, "It's no secret that cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. Despite increased institutional investment over the last year, Bitcoin has jumped from approximately 11,000 last August to an all-time high of 63,000. Today has fallen to 38,000. But again, yep, it is extremely volatile. So this poses some risk on why they got to do it. But yeah, that's what's going on. Like, they are making a framework now, people. Like, get that in your heads. Like the world's adopting Bitcoin. Like, the dollar is not going to go away. Who knows? The ruble may be around too, but Bitcoin's not going away either. It is now legalized tender here, and it's just a start. Next up, the world. So yeah, cool. That's some cool news on the banks and everything. Yeah. Let's move on to some more interesting news that I want to know about, which is Patrick Byrne touts blockchain for U.S. voting system. What? Blockchain's coming to the voting system? This is some great news to hear because after last year's, or it's been a year, it's been 2 years already, I can't tell. During the last 2020 election, there is a lot of speculation out there that I want to say at least 50% of Americans don't think the US election was accurate. That's just me going off some past news articles I may have seen, but the numbers might be completely different. Do your own research. But again, like that's some bad numbers to go off if it's accurate. Like 50% of Americans don't think the voting system was accurate. So how can we solve this problem? Blockchain technology. That's right. So here we go. Fresh on the heels of Trump calling Bitcoin a scam, Patrick Byrne, the former CEO of Overstock and Trump fundraiser, called for blockchain technology to be used to overhaul the U.S. electoral voting system. He also termed Bitcoin as the future of money. In an interview posted on YouTube, Byrne discussed a wide range of crypto topics, including the potential to reform Wall Street, creating global wealth, and giving power to the user decide how their privilege or their private data is treated. A major topic that Byrne pronounced on was that of using blockchain to make the U.S. voting system 100% fair and unreproachable. Regarding claims of fixing votes, CZ of Binance and Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, both echo these views. However, an MIT report released last year stated that there were cybersecurity vulnerabilities that might create more difficulties than solutions. Byrne makes a claim that the 2020 election was hacked and has written a book on his research that pointed to how election fraud cost Donald Trump the White House. According to an article on Forbes, Trump himself believes some of Byrne's conspiracy theories on the 2020 election and has said experts and audits on the matter will help him to get back into power by August. On Bitcoin and central bank mismanagement, Byrne said, Bitcoin is a form of money that no central bank issues, so think of it like gold. No government official can create it. Some Mandarin can create a room full of new dollars. He can't create a room full of new gold. Well, Bitcoin has the same property. It's governed by the laws of mathematics. It comes into existence in a way that cannot be accelerated. He stated that the ways politicians just pump money into the economy will always end in a crash. He also remarked that fiat currencies give governments the power to say who can spend that money and who can't. He therefore sees Bitcoin as a hedge against authoritarianism. And a disclaimer for this article. This article is provided for informational purposes only. It's not offered or intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. As well with me, I am no financial advisor, people. I'm just a guy reporting the daily crypto news. I get these articles the same day as you, and I'm just reporting the information out there. It's all on you to do your own research and everything, because in the world of investing, even with stocks and crypto, everything can go down to zero. So always hold on the back of your head. But if you do your research, that risk of it going down to zero might seem quite smaller than most people. So again, do your own research. And let's move on. Coinbase to offer crypto exposure with 401k provider. For USL has partnered with Coinbase Institutional to offer crypto instruments to clients. Ooh la la. What do we got here? We got a golden egg in a nest. That's right. So they must be thinking of stuff. Thanks to a collaboration between Coinbase and For Us All, Americans will now be able to invest up to 5% of their 401k portfolio in crypto. Coinbase will begin offering crypto and retirement plans. Leading 401k provider For Us All has tapped Coinbase Institutional to allow clients to invest up to 5% of their retirement portfolio in digital assets. For Us All serves 401k plans for about 770,000 employees and holds $1.7 billion in assets under management. It's not clear how many of these employees have signed up to get crypto exposure. Though Coinbase has been focused on the institutional market for some time, it's the first time the exchange has offered crypto exposure through 401ks. In a press release, Brett T. Paul, head of institutional coverage at Coinbase, said of the partnership. When we created our institutional platform, our initial focus was making cryptocurrency accessible to institutional investors and high net worth individuals. The next evolution is to broaden our reach, and we are thrilled to be working with For Us All. the leading 401k technology platform to expand access to cryptocurrency through 401ks. High net worth individuals Coinbase has targeted include Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, who famously accumulated thousands of Bitcoin through the exchange. The partnership with For Us All comes as crypto reaches a point of wider mainstream acceptance. Coinbase contributed the rush when it went public on Nasdaq in April. The company is currently valued at around $58.75 billion and made $771 million in the first quarter of the year. So there you have it. Coinbase is going to be partnering with For Us All to give you 401k people's chance to get into cryptocurrencies. That's quite a not bad offer in my eyes. I know there's some articles out there that are saying like this is a bad thing to do because like the market's so volatile. People with 401k shouldn't be taking that risk with their money. All in all on that. But hey, if you can, for those of you who've been stacking your money and storing your money in the 401k since you're 18, since you first got a job, now you're say 30, you're maybe in your 20s. It's been a couple of years. All that is you just can't touch that for another 30 more years. With 401ks, it's stuck in there until you're old, and then you have a certain amount of taxes. As Robert Kiyosaki always say, people with 401ks save their money because they intend to be poor in the future. So I don't have a 401k, so I got nothing to move. But for those out there, this is good news. Maybe take that chance to put some of that money into cryptocurrencies because you don't want to touch your own fiat right now. But hey, that's some pretty interesting news. All right, so lastly, the coin market cap, as we always see, Bitcoin is down 1.5%. It's currently at $36,800. Ethereum's at $2,400. Binance is at 34 or 346. Dogecoin's at 32. That number's going to keep going down. XRP's at 86 cents and Polkadot's at 22. Litecoin, nice, 171. Who are our top gainers today, though? AMP is up 25%. That's crazy. Who was talking about this? Litecoin Foundation leader, John Kim. He's definitely promoting this coin. Should have maybe put in a little bit when I saw that a couple days ago. I would have doubled my money, but you never know in the market. Like, I like my coins because I truly believe in it. I trust John Kim's word and everything, but I like my 4 coins. But for you people who want to get into coins, choose at least 4 or 5 coins. That's not bad. Like, do your research. If you believe in them, that's a nice little portfolio you got then. Alrighty. Lastly, we always end on the fear to greed index. Today, we are still at a 21, same as yesterday. Extreme fear, which is still great news, because in signs of extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. So yeah, we are still in the clear to keep on buying. So if I were you, I stock up on some Divi, I stock up on some Theta, TFuel, get some Bitcoin and Litecoin. But yeah, just start stacking up. Once it starts going in the green, start hodling and be worrisome. And there you have it, the daily crypto news. We got through it. For those of you who are still around, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for sticking around and watching these videos. I love doing them. If you haven't done this yet, please give me a thumbs up, share this video, and also, if you're learning cryptocurrencies, scan that QR code up there. Takes you straight to my Patreon. Almost done with my Bitcoin white papers video, so that'll be up shortly. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great night, a great morning, great afternoon, wherever you are. And the Sherpa is out.